The next part of this game is to add some cars which go down, which you'll have to drive your car to avoid. If one of the oncoming cars crashes into yours, it will be game over. This is quite a lot of code. You might need to look at the description, the picture of the code we're coding as you go along. We're going to have a forever loop. So this will happen forever until the car's touching the other car. So to make this work, I'm just going to put a pause in the beginning. So this will only happen if the game is currently running. In the beginning you'd expect it to be so, but this goes forever. So if, I think it's a logical thing, if the game on is true, then we can get on with playing the game. So we're going to have a car which comes down from this first square and moves downwards. So instead of square, should really say LED. So I'm going to set up a new variable. So I'm going to set, I'll call it car0. There will be others, but currently this will be car0, and we'll create our sprite at location 0, 0. Now obviously we want it to move down the screen, and we want it to move down at different lengths of time. So we're going to pause for a random amount of time. Pick random 0 to maybe 5,000 milliseconds. Just need to scroll down a little bit so I've got space. And we'll put a loop in. And because some time might have passed, I want to check again if the game is still running. So while my variable game on is true. If I need a new true block, I could get that from logic, but mine was already there. Now we're going to have some logic again, and I'm going to check where the car is. If the car is at the lowest block here, sorry again, LED, if the LED has dropped all the way to the bottom, we'll be able to check to see if it's in the same position as your car. So if, and it's in game, the Y position, so it would be this block, but I can check for the Y. If the Y position of my new variable, which is car0, is equal to 4, so I think that's logical. If the Y position of car0 is equal to 4, then I know it's right at the bottom. Now I need to check to see if my car is touching. So if my player car is touching the other one, so if the variable of player car is touching car0, what are we going to do? We're going to end the game. So we can set game on to, and it's a logic, false. But what if it's not? So we'll need an else. And you can see how I dropped that in. If not, I can give you a point. So I'm going to set the score to, and I think it's maths adding something, to the value the score was before plus 1. If I click that, I think it'll get rid of that. And because the car dropped to the bottom, I'm going to set the Y value of the car to the top again. So in game, set the Y value of the car0, so that's a variable for me, car 0 to 0. So it will go to the top of the screen, and then I'm going to pause for a random time again. So within basic, I've got pause, and I can pause between 0 and I guess 5,000 milliseconds will do me. Now, if the car's not at the bottom of the grid, the one that's dropping, I want it to fall down. So I'm going to add an else there. So I'm going to change the Y position of car 0. You've probably already got this. So change the Y position, change Y of a variable car 0 by 1, and I think I'll make this pause for 500 milliseconds. Now when I click run, I can still move my car left and right, but this car drops down. Seems right, and when I go to there, looks like game over to me. So that looks like quite a successful game so far. But I need other cars to drop from the top. So you need to think, how can I make other blocks of code like this, but instead of car 1, we'll want a car... Sorry, instead of car 0, we'll want a car 1, 2, 3, so on, and so on. And this whole big block of code, to give you a hint, can be duplicated, so you can copy it. That might be a clue for you.